So, a while ago, I already discussed to you the different kinds of plagiarism, and you already shared unintentional plagiarism that you have experienced. So, sana hindi na maulit. And to ensure na hindi na siya mauulit, let us now know how can we avoid plagiarism. Okay, watch muna natin ulit itong short video.
Hello, Sarah.
Hi. I was wondering if you had a chance to review my paper.
Oh, yes, I glanced over it. Yeah. I made a few notes.
Oh, a lot of notes. Is this bad?
Oh, no, just mostly suggestions, things to think about. It really was quite good for your first paper in the class. I was impressed.
Thanks. That's good to hear.
But I did want to ask you about a few of your sources. You see, I noticed that you didn't cite anything or include a works cited page.
Oh, I guess I do use a few quotes. I'll be sure to do a bibliography for the final draft.
Well, it's not just the quotes. You see, I've asked the class to use the MLA style. Now, there are other styles out there, but we're using MLA here. Now then, that means that you have to include a works cited page to document everything that you've referenced.
Even if I don't quote it? I mean, I paraphrased some things, but I put it into my own words, so I didn't plagiarize at all.
Actually, sometimes paraphrasing can cause unintentional plagiarism. This may mean that your ideas are blended with the words of others that improperly appear to be yours.
Oh, so I should just use direct quotes?
Oh, no. Don't think of citing as a limitation. Use the exact quote should be reserved for situations where the original author has stated the idea in a better way than any paraphrase you might come up with. But responsible writers should also specify whenever they refer to another author's ideas or facts.
Okay, that makes sense.
For example, in the script of the video we're in right now, the writer has used some ideas that aren't his own and haven't been properly cited.
Wait, what video?
For instance,
Oh, who are you talking to?
this is a direct quote from the Penn State Department of English Plagiarism Guidelines and should be placed in quotes and include parenthetical citation. This is a paraphrase and not a direct quote, but it should still include citation that refers to your works cited page. It might also be helpful to refer to the source in the text, such as according to the Penn State Department of English, etc., etc.
Okay.
You know, sometimes students consider plagiarism because they're worried about a deadline, or they think it might make it easier, or maybe they're just not aware of the need to cite. But now, computer software like Turnitin means plagiarism is easier to detect than ever before. The purpose of a research paper is to synthesize previous research and scholarship with your ideas. And the rhetorical technique of paraphrase is valuable and powerful. It can simplify and summarize others' ideas so they can be woven into your own. You should feel free to use another person's words, facts, and thoughts in your research paper. But the material you borrow must not be presented as if it were your own creation. The secret of using sources is to make them work for you, to support and amplify your ideas. Just be sure to use them in identifiable ways and give them the credit they deserve.
Okay. And okay. So from the short video clip, I think again you already have some idea on how to avoid plagiarism. So the first one is to cite your sources. Excuse me. This is definitely the most needed thing to do whenever you take ideas from other sources. You cite, you acknowledge saan nagmula yung idea, saang webpage, saang book, i-acknowledge mo. No? Huwag mong angkinin ang hindi naman sa iyo. Okay? So you have to cite your source. Yun yung number 1. Okay? Next, include quotations or quotation marks. No? The most simple yet the most obvious way to show that you are not plagiarizing is when you put quotation mark to the ideas, to the phrases that are not really from your own. Okay? Yun yung pinaka-obvious. And then, present your own idea. Okay? So, in order for you to really avoid plagiarism, to save time citing, to save time quoting, why not just present your own idea? Okay? I think the problem, class, I think the problem, students, why some of you or some of us resort to plagiarizing is that we do not give enough time for our papers. No? Malapit na yung deadline and yet you're not starting it yet. So, you resort to just, kakopy na lang ako. Or mag-search na lang ako sa internet, something like that. So, why not give time to your term paper, give time to do your researches. In that way, there's an ample time for you to think and express your own idea. Diba? You are future educators. We are professionals. I know that we have a lot of ideas to express. Okay? Sometimes naman, not enough time, i-recycle ko na lang. No? Pinasa mo na last year, ipasa ko ulit the following year or the following sem. So that's self-plagiarism. Diba? Okay, so give yourself time, explore, think it over. No? Give time. Hindi, a term paper, a research paper, hindi naman yan sa isang tulog lang. Kinabukasan, meron ka ng term paper, di ba? Meron ka ng research, no. It takes time. Okay. And then, use plagiarism checker. If you are in doubt, use plagiarism checker. Most universities nowadays use plagiarism checker. Meron na rin ba yan dito sa inyo? Pag nagsasubmit kayo ng paper, chine-check niya, i-check how many percentage are plagiarized or not. Kasi sometimes you are very confident that this is your own work. But then pag pina-check mo siya sa Turnitin, example, Turnitin or sa any kind of plagiarism checker, paglabas niya, meron pa rin a little bit percent of plagiarism. No? Meron pa rin konting percentage of plagiarism. You know, education system nowadays are very high-tech, innovative. Nung panahon ko, wala yan eh. No? Magpasa ka lang, the teacher won't know if it's plagiarized or not. Ngayon, magpasa ka, i-undergo nila sa plagiarism check, verify if it is plagiarized, makakakuha sila ilang percentage. I-highlight pa nun. Anong yun? Anong line? What line in your term paper, in your research is plagiarized or merong katulad sa ibang source. Okay. Okay. Now we're on part 3. We move on to part 3, which is ethical and legal issues of plagiarism. Right? The very first ethical issue that you will face is that you disrespect the author. It is the author, it is the creator who is the sole and the rightful owner of that piece of paper or piece of anything that you plagiarize. It's his efforts, it came from his own mind, lahat kanya. No? kinopya mo, hindi ka nag-acknowledge, hindi ka nag-cite, wala ka respeto, hindi ka na nahiya. Okay, so that is one ethical issue that you will face. It's not only that the author that you disrespect, but also you disrespect yourself. Imagine future educators, or even not future educators. Imagine you are a professional and yet you copy. Diba? Don't you have ideas of your own? Diba? Okay, so you disrespect yourself. Now, if you keep on plagiarizing other works, kasi hindi naman ako nahuhuli eh. Kasi simple lang naman yung ginagawa ko. Hindi naman halata. If you keep on plagiarizing every now and then, and it becomes a habit, wala. You are not learning. You are not growing. Diba? It's not enough na mag-present ka ng maganda. Ang importante, you know, you are confident of yourself, ay akin to. Gawa ko to. Okay, that's it. No? Next. You may lose the respect of your mentors, peers, and students. Okay. Paulit-ulit ko sasabihin, plagiarism is stealing. And once caught plagiarizing, it will have a great impact in your life as a student. Ayan na. It will ruin your future career advancement. If you are still in school, it may result in loss of scholarship or leadership roles. Plagiarism creates trust issues. Okay? If ever you are in a workplace and you plagiarize, you will have a low chance of promotion. Why? Your bosses, the administrators will be very doubtful if all the papers that you are submitting pa, legit ba yan or not? Kasi meron ka ng record. In serious cases of plagiarism, it can lead to unemployment. Diba? No company would like to be associated with a dishonest employee. Tama? Because employees are reflection of a company. So, mag-ingat. Huwag na mag-isip pang gawin pa yun. Okay. Now, in your cases, students, no? You may lose scholarship grants or leadership roles, wala nang tiwala sa inyo. Okay. Because, ano nga ang plagiarism? It is academic dishonesty. Okay. And then, in most serious cases of plagiarism, you may be confronted with legal and monetary repercussions. Okay. So, we have this Republic Act 8293, otherwise known as the Intellectual Code of the Philippines. It protects the rights of significant citizens such as journalists, researchers, scientists of their intellectual rights. Okay. Now, you are second-year students. Some of you are third year. Some of you are fourth year. I know yung mga second year at third year dito, eventually, you will come up with research paper na. Okay. So, a research paper or a thesis is a more serious a more serious kind of academic writing. So, if you plagiarize something like that, baka more serious or more severe din yung inyong maging punishment. So, don't ever try. Kasi, ito ang nag-aabang sa inyo. For the first offense, you might have to pay 50,000 to 150,000 pesos plus imprisonment of 1 to 3 years. In your second offense, 150 to 500,000 pesos yung fine plus 3 to 6 years imprisonment. And pag paulit-ulit pa rin, hindi ka na million plus 6 to 9 years of imprisonment. You wouldn't want to end up in jail, di ba? Ano ba gusto natin? Mag-end up tayo na nasa harapan ng mga students natin at nagtuturo, nagde-develop ng bata. Hindi nasa behind bars. Okay. Here are the potential legal consequences of plagiarism. So, payment royalties. As I have mentioned before, no? Meron kayong mga, if ever caught plagiarizing, you may have to pay fines. Okay? And of course, if for example, the paper or the work that you plagiarize, halimbawa, ipinablish nyo pa, nag-earn, you owe to pay the rightful owner kung magkano yung in-earn nung inyong ginawa. Say for example, an article or a pamphlet or a book, no? Nag-earn siya. Bayaran mo yung rightful owner in court. Okay, next. Costly court battles to clear your name. Ayan. Para malinis ang pangalan mo. Okay? Magbabayad ka rin dyan. Gagastos ka rin dyan. Next, copyright lawsuit. Okay. In cases wherein plagiarism involve well-known personality, mas mataas din. Actually, nakakalula ang presyo. One example of this is the case of Oprah Winfrey. No? The publisher and the author of Harry Potter series accused Oprah Winfrey of plagiarism in 2009 because allegedly she uses the pamphlet, yung pamphlet ng Harry Potter in one of her TV episodes without proper acknowledgement or consent. As recorded, the cost reached $1 billion. So, just because kasi sobrang sikat ni Harry Potter, hindi pa kaya si Rowling na ganun-ganun lang, di ba? Okay, and then, of course, possible jail time, just like what I said earlier, just what I discussed earlier. Aside from monetary obligation, you may have spent your time in jail. Okay. Now we have part 5, how to deal with plagiarism. But before that, let us have first some audience participation. Okay. You are aware of the risks and consequences of plagiarism. Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Diba? Kanina ko